Dick Advocat has just said that it's a struggle for you at times to pick your best team because you have so many good players. Is that a fair comment from him?
I don't want to comment other managers' opinions, even being a person that I respect a lot and that I admire a lot. I don't want, just by a question of principle, I don't want to comment any other manager's opinion, but I repeat, he's a person that I respect and a person that I admire.
Okay. Neil?
Yeah. Jose, could you tell us your thoughts on your reaction with Mark Clattenburg at the weekend and the subsequent charge?
No. No reaction.
Okay. Neil, could you give the microphone to... Thank you.
Uğur Karakulukçu from Istanbul. First of all, welcome to Istanbul, Mr. Mourinho. You had a problem in the Netherlands away game against Feyenoord with one of the best teams. What do you think? What was the problem in Netherlands, and how do you want to solve it? Thank you.
The problem that we had in the Netherlands, we resolved by winning the next two matches and by putting ourselves in a positive position in the group. So if we lose in Feyenoord and then in the next two matches we don't have points, then we would be in trouble, or we would be playing tomorrow our last chance. But no, our reaction was to try to win the next two matches at home, which we did, and by having 6 points out of 6 in the home matches, we put ourselves in a positive position for the second phase of the group. Hello?
Try again. Good evening, Jose.
Hello?
Speaking more generally, do you regret your behaviour towards match officials this season, or do you feel hard done by?
We're not going down that line.
Next
Can we
question.
have the next question, please? Paul, did you have a question?
Jose, you brought Phil Jones on this trip. It's been a long time since he started again for United. What's it like having him back, and what kind of option does he give you, considering that you've got a few defenders out?
Well, I almost don't remember when Phil Jones had a good run of matches for United. I don't remember. I remember that when I was in Real Madrid in 2000, maybe 12, I played against Man United and Phil Jones played in Madrid for Man United. I don't remember many occasions after that where Phil was ready. He's having a difficult relationship with the injuries, and it's been a difficult period for him. But he worked hard to recover. He's training with the team for more than a week now. We are in a difficult situation because we lost 3 defenders in a week: Valencia, Bailly and Smalling. And because we are in a difficult situation, we don't have more time to give him to be in better conditions. So we have to select him, and maybe we have to play him.
TRT Spor Doruk Keskin. Chelsea'deki ikinci döneminizde Chelsea'deki ikinci döneminizde Rafa Benitez'le kazanılan UEFA Kupası için böyle iyi bir takımla bu kupayı kazanmak istemem, bu benim için hayal kırıklığı olur demiştiniz. Yeni statüde UEFA'yı kazanan takım Şampiyonlar Ligi'ne gidiyor ve ligde işler pek iyi gitmiyor sizin için şu anki durumda. Kupa 2'ye bakışınız hala aynı mı, yoksa değişti mi? Teşekkürler.
My opinion changed because the rules change, and because the Europa League winner has a direct spot for the Champions League. So in the last couple of years, Europa League for the big clubs has a different meaning, because it's another way to try to qualify for Champions League. And of course, I don't change my mind about the big clubs. They belong to the Champions League, and the Champions League belongs to the history of the big clubs. I don't change that perspective. What changed is the fact that in the last couple of years, the Europa League winner has a direct spot for the Champions League, and because of that becomes also a target for us.
I will ask in Turkish. İlk maçta Manchester'da Fenerbahçe kötü bir gece geçirmişti. Fakat sonraki iki maçını kazandı, iyi bir form yakaladı. Yarın ne kadar farklı bir Fenerbahçe bekliyor, nasıl bir Fenerbahçe bekliyor?
I don't think Fenerbahce had a bad game. To be honest, for more than half an hour, Fenerbahce was solid, and the game was not easy for us. In the last period of the first half, we played for that because we were playing well, but we had the little moment where we score 2 goals in a few minutes, and then the game is different. The fact that Fenerbahce is back to victories is not a surprise. I think is the normal situation. The Turkish league, I think, is improving all the time. Some clubs outside Istanbul are coming to the top and fighting for the top positions. But I think the 3 big Istanbul traditional clubs, they are very strong. They have very good players. They have very experienced manager like Mr. Advocat. Good players with experience of the highest level, with experience as international competitions. So I think that's normal. That now Fenerbahce is recovering positions in the Turkish league and is coming close to the top teams.
Even though results haven't gone your way in the Premier League recently, are you still, obviously you've been frustrated by that and we've seen that, are you still excited by the challenge ahead at Manchester United and motivated by the challenge of taking this club back to where it belongs?
Of course I'm excited, and of course I'm not happy with the results. That's obvious. What I'm happy with is with the performances. And sometimes you win matches, but you feel that period cannot last forever because the team is not playing so well. Other times you don't have good results, but you have the feeling that the way the team plays, the good results, they have to arrive sooner or later. So yes, I'm happy with the teams. I have a very good feeling towards the players. For me, is the worst feeling that a manager can have is not a bad result. The worst feeling is not to be happy with the players, and that feeling I don't have. I have exactly the opposite feeling. After the bad result against Chelsea, the team reacted in an unbelievable way, and the number of shots we had in the last match, which I think is is something absolutely incredible. It's a good example of what the team tried and what the team did to have a different result. So I'm happy with the players, and that's a good feeling for me.
Okay, last two questions. One there and the chap there in the check shirt. Thank you.
You've obviously lost Antonio Valencia. He had this operation on his arm. How severe is that? How long are you expecting to be without him? And also, Bastian Schweinsteiger, we saw return to training. Can you just explain the thinking behind that? Because we all thought he was done.
Yeah, Valencia is a bad injury. Yes, is an important fracture in his arm, and an important surgery too. So he will be out for a while. But the good thing is that even when Antonio was playing and very well, we were preparing Damian, and Damian was having matches, and he was playing against Feyenoord, and he was playing against Zorya Luhansk, and he was playing against Fenerbahce, and he was having minutes to develop himself. And when in the last match we had to play Damian for the first time in the Premier League, he was ready to answer the way he did it, playing really well in the last match against Burnley. So we trust him totally, and he's ready to play obviously tomorrow, and to give continuity to the good work our right backs are doing in both competitions plus the League Cup. Schweinsteiger is back. We made that decision last Thursday. We informed him last Friday, so he would join the team last Monday. It's a decision based on the fact that we are in a period in the season where it's really difficult to train with everybody together. So the problem of tactical work, like I like to do with 20 players, 21 max, to have 23, 24 at the same time, that situation doesn't happen anymore, because in this moment, the next day after we play, the players that played, they train in a separate group. They do a specific recovering session. So the group, instead of 23, 24, the group becomes 13, 14, and then with some injuries, sometimes becomes 10 and 11, and many times we go to the academy to bring some young boys to have a group with the perfect numbers to train, and this is happening now, match after match, week after week. So, for example, Friday, the players that play here, they are not going to train with the main group, and this is the normal routine. Looking at Bastian and the way he was working professionally every day with the fitness coach, we think that is a human decision, is a professional decision to bring him back to the team, and he will be much better prepared. He will be in much better conditions in case of his future decision is to leave the club. He will be much better prepared to go direct to competition. If he stays with us, it becomes one more option, and in this moment we have no problems in midfield like we have in defense, but if one day we have problems in midfield, it will be one more option for us. So it's a human decision based on the training numbers and the training methods, but it's also a decision that can be positive for the group. So good decision for us, good decision for him.
Okay, last question. Turkish, okay. No.
Hikmet Kocaman TRT. Türk halkı ve Türk basını kendisini Türkiye'de bir takım çalıştırmak için çok yakıştırıyor. Bu zaman yakın mıdır?
Was the first time I got an invitation to leave Portugal and to coach abroad. Was a Turkish club back in 2002, 2003, and didn't happen. Since then, 13, 14 years of football, and never happened again. Now I am in the club where I want to be, where I'm so happy to be, and as a minimum, I want to stay here until the end of my contract. After that, who knows? I'm a football man, very young still. I'm here for many years, so sometimes you can think that I am 75, but no, I'm just 53. So why not? Why not? I love passion. I love passion for the game, and in Turkey there is a huge passion for the game. So why not?